Guys, what's up? So it's part 2 of forging the hunting knife. Forged it out yesterday. I really just got to the house and got a chance to do this now. I ain't done a lot of forging here lately. I don't have a flat grinder or a true flatter hammer, so I rigged me up a little magnet jig. It's pretty little strong, little nifty magnets. But I'm gonna get them centered best I can. Blade should be flush. Yep. Go ground flush. Alright. Probably hot. hot as hell. So I think it worked pretty good. That's a fairly straight braid. I gotta round the tang out some more, and I gotta shape the actual edge the rest of the way. But that I'll count that little jig as a success, because that definitely helped me get a good flat grind on there. So that's some deep hammer marks, but you know, it'll be alright. I couldn't take too much steel off without getting the knife really thin, so I'm gonna have to shape it up a little extra, but you'll see that in the video as it goes. So much better length right there. Alright, so I'm changing out the belt to a new belt. I know I'm not sponsored, but these are Norton Blaze belts. 36 grit. They are metal eating monsters. This one's had, I don't know, 9 or 10 knives on it. I'm just very heavy handed on a blade. So the whole reason I'm changing it, if you see this little black line right here, a lot of times what I'll do, like on the chef's knife I got in the truck I'm working on right now too for another custom order, when I gotta do a big palm swell in on a strictly stock removal knife, I forge that finger swell. This one on that chef's knife and a bunch of other knives I've done lately, I'll grind in. I really focus on this side of the grinder because I can get it to lip over more right here. So what it was doing was it wasn't grinding even right here, because I don't know if you can see it, but there's a noticeable height difference in the belt in a small spot. And it was grinding funny. I'd rather change the belt than not mess up the knife. And this, if anybody is looking for a good 2x72, once again, not a sponsorship. I did buy this sander from the guy. I got the motor from Harbor Freight. I've had it for what, maybe 2.5 years now. But it's made by a guy in Texas. He's got a Facebook page called Texas Forges and Grinders. He does really good work. It did have a little rest on it, but I just don't like using the rest. That's my personal preference. But I ordered it in about, he's got a bunch of orders, so he'll notify you when he starts making it. And when he gets in it, this is this little bolt I put in to fill up a spot. It ain't important. But he'll notify you when he starts making it. And for the money, I don't know what he charges now. Like I said, this was 2.5 years ago. But for the money, this machine, the frame was, not counting the pulleys. I had to get the pulleys myself. But the frame and all the wheels on it came. You got your little tracking arm right here. This is your Titan. You have to manually pick that up and down when you want to change the belt. Ain't no big deal. It's just a gentle pop on top. It's usually enough to get it done. And I mean, it's been my workhorse, man. It's a lot better than that 4x36 I started out on. And like I said, I just bought a little cheap 2-horse Smith & Jones motor from Harbor Freight, and this baby has rocked me quite a few knives in the past 2.5 years, and hopefully it'll do so for many more. But like I said, it's not an advert. He's not paying me to say this. Maybe he will in the future, but this is completely unsolicited. It's not a paid ad. I'm just trying to speak good of the man because he makes a very good product. Look him up on Facebook if you're a new smith and need a budget, because just the chassis cost me $680 or $650, and then with shipping it was $800 because it was coming from Texas to South Georgia. And this thing weighed like, it's a hefty machine. It ain't light. So that costed the shipping. And then the motor I got, it was being discontinued at Harbor Freight, so $120 out the door on that, and $920 for a 2x72. You really can't complain with that. But once again, that wasn't a paid advert. I just really like my machine. And you can get you one too if you need it on a budget. I don't know why I do that on some blades. I'll hog it up real high on one side, and I something I gotta work on. Alright, now we just gotta go put the pinholes in it, and some weight reduction holes. But it's the only thing I'm kind of bugged about. So if you look right here, the ricasso is a little thicker on this side than on that side. And it's just because that hammer mark, it dips in a little right there. Now, that's not really anything that's going to affect the blade because everything else on the blade lines up. That's just a personal pet peeve. So, and a tip for any aspiring knife makers, always try to leave yourself a little bit of thickness. And honestly, that might be a little narrow for some intended purposes. But one sec, I just saw something that could cause a fracture during heat treat. You see, it's probably gonna be hard to see on the camera, but the tip has a jagged edge in the middle. So what that can do is you want to get all your jagged edges off before quench, okay? Anything sharp, you know, knock the corners on your handles. Anything sharp can cause a crack during heat treatment. Alright fellas, what's up y'all? Well, might help if we take our countersink out. I think it just might do us a little bit good there. Oh, wrong one. It's my 1/4 inch. I think it's my 1/4 inch. Check and see. Excuse the mess. I shared the shop with my first de la familia. Yeah, it's my 1/4 inch. Okay. This is my pop's farm shop. I have my shop down at my house since I was living up here when I first got that 2x72 and just ain't bothered moving it down there. Okay. Now, a lot of people do this, but I mean, a lot of people tend to, if you will, draw pre-holes or will mark pre-holes in their blade. Now you don't particularly have to do that. I rarely, if ever, draw a pre-hole. Shit. A lot of times what I do is I eye it. I see where I want it to go and I put it there. So, for example, you're just not going to be able to see that right now. You don't want it too close to your butt because you're going to have to remove some excess metal later. You don't want it too high up. You want it pretty good and as center as you can get it. Like this. Where I got it right here. So right there. It's rather good and center on the back of that tank. So, and excuse me, I don't spend money on the really high dollar cutting tool. I just use this John Deere multi-purpose. A lot of people say it don't work. It's worked plenty well for me. I've had this same 1/4 inch drill bit for almost a year. Some metal in my hand. Also get yourself a hold up. Alright. So notice how that drill bit was wandering? That tang ain't truly flat yet. Instead of fucking up and off drilling my hole, I'm just gonna come back over here and get it true and flat. Best to avoid a screw up when you can. when you don't have lights on your truck, simply use, or lights in your shop, simply use your truck. So what we're fixing to do is we're gonna get it hot, turn it over, put it right there on that anvil, strike our maker stamp in it. Maker stamp right here. I showed it to you in the video the other day. Little rattlesnake. Someone pulling up. Where's that my truck running? Where's that music coming from my truck? What is that? Oh yeah, that's the bass coming from my truck. Song that started playing. Lord help it. Needed to know if I needed to get my gun. Maybe somebody was up here doing some shit they ain't supposed to. Seconds in there. We're gonna set it on this little strike block. Take this nice little hammer, go tink. Practice makes perfect. Make sure we hit the right damn side. Alright, hit this side right here. Oh Lord. Still straight. Good. Rattlesnake took pretty decent. Now what we're going to do is run it in and out and give it a quick thermocycle. So try not to promote no grain growth on it.
You gotta be careful, especially sticking a blade in tip first. That tip can get very hot. So what we're going to do is stick it on this piece of fabric right here that's not warmed up so we don't wear some warpage. Grab it out of the tip. Back and forth this way for a second. We got that tip close to quench tip, so that's good. Back and forth. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Now we're going to cool down. We're going to go inside. Second, and we're going to quench her.
In the tongs here, thermocycling out. So let me give you a quick look. Let me show you how to use a set pro real quick, which is what's on this. You gotta be quick about it. My GoPro's getting low. So you turn it on, it's idle. That's the internal temp currently, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. You hit the start button, custom, user 1, yep. Damn spiders all over this damn shop. Full, which means it's gonna get quick as fast as it can. 1475 Fahrenheit, yep. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ready, 1, start. Now it's gonna start climbing. I'm gonna turn this off until we get it up the temp. Girl, hey pup, hey pup, hey pup, hey pup, yeah. Who's your good puppy? Jinx says yeah. She called Jinx because she chews everything up in the world and Costs me money, but I love her to death. Yes, I do. So the blade has been sitting at 1475 for 8, almost 9 minutes now. Oil's been preheated. It should be about 100 to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. It's now 9 minutes. I'm just going to take the blade out of the oil and quench it. Give her a nice little quench. So try to get just the edge at first. Trying to go for a moan, if you will. Didn't realize my GoPro was at an awkward angle. And then fully quench the rest of it. Let it fully harden up. Look out, dog. Look out, girl. Ooh, my good boo-boo. Hot oil, so look out, pup. Don't want my boo-boo getting hurt. Alright, so appears like everything is straight. That's good. Let's put her down in the vise. Clamp that down snugly, but not so hard we risk a warpage. And we're gonna let that cool right there for a couple minutes.
Turned out pretty good. Escaped the file knives. Of course, I cleaned it up on the sander yesterday. This is all going to be in this part of the video. And I had to rewire my grinder. It broke down earlier too, so. brings a complication. The first set of scales broke. So I went and grabbed another set of cherry wood scales that are almost identical. And what I did was put blue and white G10 liner on the backs of them. So I got to drill my pinholes. But yeah, shouldn't break now that they got G10 on them. Okay, this is the blind man. This is going to be our right handle scale. There we go on that one. Left handle scale. There we go.
Alright, so what we're fixing to do now is we're going to get these two top halves to match, and we're going to take this little assembly apart and put it back on the thing of the knife and get the whole thing to match the tank. There we go. Got the two tops to match. Now what we're gonna do is real simple.
And then when the damn field mouse, we're in a farm shop and get some more glue boards. Hold up.
got a new thing of epoxy right here. And important part about mixing your epoxy is make sure you get it good and mixed. If it ain't good and mixed up, you messed up. The yellow and white together will make a nice goopy milky color, almost like a snot bubble when it's good and mixed. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna lather it good on this tank. There we go. That side's good and gooped it. So now we're gonna hold up. There we go. Get that side off and goopy up this side. Whoa. No such thing as too much epoxy, really. That's why we put this painter's tape on. So there we go. Get her down like that. There we go. Oh, how you doing, Mr. Rufus? That's good. There we go. Y'all been busy today?
Yeah, been pretty good.
That's good.
Still making them knives.
Yeah, I'm actually filming a YouTube video right now. So this one's for Brad.
It is.
Yep.
What, when you make it now for bread?
No, this one.
Oh, that man.
Yeah, the little fillet knife.
Alright.
Yep. I feel I need some double deep. Nope, there it goes. There we go. Oh, goodness. That might help if I turn around the right way. Oh, while I'm doing this, check this out. Little fillet knife I'm working on. Custom mortar. And another knife I'm working on. Going to the same person as this, well, to his son anyway. But both of these are made of the same type of steel, 1084. Both were forged. And of course, with a fillet knife, it's kind of got to be stock removal. Other than that, shoot. Where'd I set my file?
Stuff when it gets wet, it gets slippery, huh?
So at this point, we have the blade sanded to 400 grit on the belt sander. Sanded to 400 grit on that side. I got my maker stamp right there. It's kind of hard to see on the video, I'd imagine, but it's a little rattlesnake. It is shaving sharp. And what we're going to go do now is we're going to go buff it on the buffer. So, excuse the motor. We've been working on a truck all day. It's important to take the excess off. You don't want too much. Too much ain't gonna hurt it, but there is such a thing as too much buffing compound, believe it or not. And when you buff the edge, you just want to do it a couple times. You don't want to do it too much because this thing can completely take your edge off, believe it or not. And that's kind of the reason I don't have it anchored down right here. This is the most dangerous part of working on a knife right here. My neighbor, he's been doing it for over 40 years. And the guy he learned from died as a result of buffing. He grabbed the knife he had been working on and slung it. So, just gotta be careful with it, man. Just like anything else.
Alright, now we're gonna buff the handle itself. Got a little buffing compound, getting a little light on it. So what this buffing compound is just a sanding compound. I think they go up to about 5,000 grit, but don't quote me. It's hard to see right here, I know. This part of the shop ain't very well lit. Here comes the very dangerous part. These things can and do have a tendency to grab what you're working on. Right. I've had it sling too since I've had this thing, luckily away from me. Anywhere but way. So, yep.
Alright. Hey, Puffa Dog. Hey, girl. So, here we have it. It is ill finished. Well, I gotta go wipe it down, but here you have it. Almost completely done. Gotta go wipe it down with some acetone, bring out the true shine, and we're gonna wipe the handle down with acetone, wipe all this down, and then we're gonna put some beeswax on the handle to help preserve it and bring the shine out. And it'll be a lot prettier because that's still got a lot of that black polish compound on it, so it's not shining like it will once we get it finished. But yeah, it's gonna be a very pretty knife. So I'll show you once we're through with it there. Hey guys, what's up? So the knife wound up being sanded up to 400 grit on the actual blade itself, polished on the buffer. The nice satin finish. The handle was cherry wood burl with white and blue G10 liner with a set of brass lanyard tubes holding it all together as pins. I hand sanded, hand sanded the cherry wood burl up to 320 grit, and then also buffed it as well in the buffer. You saw that in the video and everything. But if you guys would help me grow the channel, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment, whatever you want to do. You don't have to. I'm trying to make this channel something nice. So, this is going to be the first official knife making video. And then on top of that, I'm going to try within the next couple weeks, because the rut's pretty much over for deer hunting. So I'm going to try in the next couple weeks get out, me and one of my buddies, or just me, and do an actual bass fishing video. But yeah, like I said, if y'all would hit like and follow, subscribe, comment, do whatever you want. You ain't got to. I ain't twisting your arm now, but your boy would appreciate it. Thanksgiving was yesterday. Want to wish y'all all a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. Y'all be safe, be responsible. Once again, have a happy holiday. Be safe. I'm out.